Hey, what is up y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Build With Me. In today's episode, we're going to be doing another request by Extreme Nathan. In today's episode, we're going to be building ourselves a reference from Pokemon. And in this case, I decided to go ahead and build from one of my favorite games of the series, and this would be Pokemon X and Y. The build I will be doing today will be the starter house that you start in, which is in, I believe it is Vaniville town. And for some reason, I just always really love the design of the starter house. I just love the connectedness of each of the buildings and how they, I guess, overlap the main entrance. So, of course, that's what we're going to be doing today. I basically grew up on Pokemon, and I spent hundreds, maybe even thousands of hours actually playing a bunch of their games, and I loved every second of it. X and Y was, I believe, the second in the series for me to actually play when I was younger. It came out in... I believe it was 2013 on October 12th. I should have some sort of confirmation up on the screen now. Yep. And I believe... shoot, this was just quite a long time ago. I believe I was about 9 when this came out and I started playing it. My first game that I ever played was Pokemon Black, and I believe I went over to Pokemon White like a year after, and then not even that long after I started playing Pokemon White, I believe Pokemon Black and White 2 came out, which is what I started playing, and once again, I loved every second of that game. But I haven't had any new generations come out, and this is when Pokemon X and Y, the 6th generation, decided to come out, and I decided to play it. This introduced all sorts of new things like Mega Evolutions and all these new Pokemon, and I really loved it, because the sense of adventure and all the sense of finding new things was just so amazing. Back when I was younger, I used to geek about all sorts of things that dealt with Pokemon, such as collecting Pokemon cards, reading all of the different manga, collecting merch, playing every single game. And then, a few years back, when I got my Switch, I decided to go ahead and play Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon... what was it? I forgot what... It was there were remakes, I can't remember what they were. But I played each one of those, and then... I still loved the games, but they didn't have the same sense of enjoyment for me. It's probably just because I got older. I kind of just realized it wasn't something I loved completely. The game didn't really change all that much, and it was still the same concept. I still loved it, but I guess I just didn't want to do the same thing again. Sure, I'd probably get back into it sometime in the future, but I don't know. For now, I haven't played Pokemon that much at all. I was also a really big fan of the Pokemon anime and whatnot, and I will have to admit, I am really sad to see that they did let Ash go, but, well, as well as Team Rocket, but of course, it's something that comes with time. I have to accept it, and I'll at least cherish the memories that I got from it. That's the great part about it. I'll always remember how much fun I had watching each episode, and experiencing all of the evolutions, the new Pokemon Ash caught, etc., etc. Every episode was fun for me. I loved it. I'll also never forget the fact that this generation actually introduced so many of my favorite Pokemon, such as Goodra, or Delphox, Greninja, Aegislash. There's many more, but those are my all-time favorites from this generation, and not only that, they're some of my favorites from the entirety of Pokemon. Sure, I also loved, what was it? Squirtle, Bulbasaur. I really did love Bulbasaur. Totodile, and not to mention Mudkip and all of its evolutions. Oh, man, I really did love all of the Pokemon games and series. I know I haven't talked all that much about the build and whatnot, but this game has made such a big impact on the person I've become because of all the hours I spent on it, listening to the stories, making new friends who also had similar interests, that kind of stuff. Pokemon has been a huge influence on my life, and I will accept that. It's a pretty good game to be influenced by, at least. It was fun. Yep. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the build. I decided to go ahead and use mud bricks and mangrove for the main building itself. It has the right colors to fit the style, and I used bricks for the road. That's just because, in my opinion, Pokemon X and Y had more of a homely type feeling, so I gave it more of a... well, the darker colors with like mangrove and mud brick have. I also use a little bit of the stripped spruce logs because they have a very similar tone as well, and that's how I did it. Yep. Here's a little pathway because why not? It's kind of cute. But that's about it for the time lapse. Anyways, thank you all for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this build. I think it looks pretty good for what I was aiming for it to be. I do a lot of builds like this, which are references. I just haven't done that many in a while. If y'all like the video, hit that like button. Helps me out greatly, and it's free. If you like my content in general, hit the subscribe button. Lets me know that y'all like my content and you want to join my community. Sorry, I didn't do any interiors, but that's just part of who I am. Anyways, if you want to be one of the first people to watch my episodes, hit that little bell. You'll be notified of exactly when I post my episodes, so you can be one of the first people to watch them. I did enjoy this build. This was fun. I can't wait to do more builds like this, and if y'all have any more suggestions for what I should build next, leave them down in the comments below. Anyways, that's the build. Thank y'all for watching, and of course, have a good one.